Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to explore one of the key features of React.js, that is JSX. JSX is a powerful and essential part of React development, enabling us to write component-based UIs in a more expressive and intuitive manner. Let's dive into the world of JSX. So in this video, we are going to cover 4 different topics basically. First one is what is JSX? The second thing that we are going to see is what can we do with JSX? And the third thing, what is React fragment? And finally, we are going to look at an interview question based on the topic JSX. So let's start. First of all, let's understand about what exactly is JSX. JSX stands for JavaScript XML and is an extension to JavaScript. It allows us to write HTML-like code directly within the JavaScript, making it easier to define the structure of our user interfaces. Let's take a closer look at the syntax of JSX and how it differs from regular HTML. So first thing is, it is used for embedding expressions. So in JSX, we can embed JavaScript expressions within the curly braces. This allows us to dynamically generate content and use variables directly in our JSX code. So here in the example, you can see that we have written JSX. So JSX is what? Basically, we have written this, we have created a constant element. So this is JavaScript. You already know that in JavaScript, we create a constant and we write the name of it. And we have assigned some value to it. So basically in the value, we can see that we have assigned a HTML tag to it where h1 is mentioned, and inside that we have written hello, and inside the curly braces we have written the constant name. So you can see there is a mix of HTML and JavaScript. So this is only what we call it as JSX. So here basically what we have done is we have taken the name variable and dynamically we are assigning it the value of name. So if we change the value of name to some other instead of John, we will get that value over here. So JSX is used for embedding expressions. So we have embedded the expression name inside the curly braces over here. So in this way we can use JSX for embedding the expressions. Moving ahead, we can use JSX to write the attributes. JSX allows us to set attributes on elements just like we do in our regular HTML. However, in JSX, we use camel cases for the attribute names. For example, what I have done over here is we have created a constant element and in that we have assigned an input value basically. So here we have given the attributes type and placeholder. But one thing to note over here is we have made use of it, but in JSX when we define a attribute, so we use camel case convention for it. So always remember that. And apart from that, this was the second use case of JSX, that is we can write attributes in JSX also. Next is conditional rendering. JSX enables us to perform conditional rendering using the ternary operators, that is logical AND. So you can see we have written an if condition over here using the ternary operators. That is, it is checking if is logged in is true, then we will output the statement welcome back, otherwise we will output the statement please log in. So JSX is also used for conditional rendering. So JSX plays a central role in defining React components. Let's see how JSX is used to create and compose React components. So let us now go to our VS Code. So initially in our previous video, we have already made use of React.js JSX concept unknowingly. But in this video, we are going to exactly see how JSX works. So here you can see that this statement, that is h1 is heading, is a JSX statement which is displaying our hello world statement with a heading 1 on our screen. So once I save this file and once we take a look on our browser window, you can see that it is being rendered. So this is nothing but JSX. So now JSX also allows us to compose components, making it easy to build complex UIs from smaller reusable pieces. So for example, we have some scenario where we are developing our site and that site is having 3 components. Okay, one of the components is a header component. So in this, it is the entire code for header is mentioned. The second component that we have is a footer component where the entire content of footer is mentioned, and the third one is our content. Basically everything that is on the screen, that is our content. Okay, everything that is between header and footer we are considering as content as of now. Now we have to call all these components one after the other in our app component. Basically this is how the workflow is happening. Basically what we do is inside our index.js, we always call our app component, and inside our app component, what we do is we call all the other components that we have. So for example, if we have to call header, footer and content over here, how we will call? We will first of all call header, okay, then we will call footer, sorry, content, because after the header content will come, and finally we will call footer. And this is how we have called all the three components. We have also imported them. So you can see import React, import content, import footer, and import header also. Let me import header. So we have imported all the three components. Now you can see that there is a red lining over here, which is displaying that there is some error. So what if I remove these two lines, and if I save this, right now on the screen we can see this is header, right? So we have just taken it as a normal text, that is why we can see as a normal text. Instead, if we will add a h1 heading, then you will see it as a h1. So let me make it as h1 in all the three files so that it will be much easier for us to see. So instead of div, let me take h1 over here also in the footer, and same is the case with content. So in content also I have made it as h1. Now once I save this file, you can see that this is header is displayed on the screen. How it is getting displayed? Because in the app component we are calling header component, and this app component is then finally being called in the index.js. Now the important thing over here is we were getting that error because once what we were doing is we were also calling the content and footer. So here comes the important concept of React fragments. So let us first understand that concept of React fragment, and then we will come back to this file and we will rectify this error. So what is React fragment? With React fragment, we can group multiple elements together without adding an additional parent div or element. We simply use the empty angle brackets or React fragment to wrap the elements. So let me explain you what is React fragment and what it does. Basically, you can see that we are getting an error. So this kind of error is because we are calling multiple components one after the other. Okay, you can also say multiple components or elements, because instead of these components, if we would have other elements also. So for example, in our header, if I'll try to write another h1 heading, okay, then you can see I'm getting an error. Okay, because these are not wrapped inside a single element. In order to avoid this error, what we can do is we can add a parent div element. Okay, and inside that we can put our entire content. So I can remove it from here, and inside this, if we will put, our problem is now solved. But one more thing is, if we will try to inspect it on our screen now, it will display a separate div element, and that div might take some space. So in order to remove that, what we can do is, instead of div, we can use React fragment. So what React fragment will do is, it will capture all of the content inside one parent element. Also, it will not display separately anything on the screen. So for React fragment to call, what we will do is we will simply write react.fragment. Okay, and then we will close it, and again we will put the entire content inside this. So this time everything will be perfect. So now you can see no error is displaying on this file, right? So now you have got an understanding of what is React fragment. Now there are two ways in which we can write React fragment. One way is what we have written now. Because this is too long, there is another way in which we can write the same thing. We just have to do this. That is, we have to take an open and close tags. Okay, just this much, and this means the same thing. Now this is called as syntactic sugar form of React fragment. So this is also performing the same thing, just we are not writing the entire text, that is react.fragment. Now I am removing this other statement, saving this file, and now we will remove this error that we are getting by using the React fragment. So I hope now you have got an understanding of what is React fragment and how it helps us in our React code. So once I save it, and when I go to my content, you can see first of all header component is displaying, then the content, and then the footer component, and we are not even getting any error. and once you will inspect this code, you will not find any that separate React fragment tag also. So you can see this div is coming from the HTML file, and apart from that, you can see all these three H1s are displaying. No other separate tag or element is being displayed. Okay, instead, if you would have used div over here, let me show you that case also. So instead of this, I will write a div tag, okay, before and after this, and I'll save it. So you can see in the output nothing will be displayed, but here inside this you can see a separate div is added. So for that, in order to avoid this, we usually write React fragment. So I hope React fragment is now clear to you. Now moving ahead, JSX offers several advantages that enhance the development experience in React.js. So one of the advantages is readability and expressiveness. The HTML-like syntax of JSX makes the code more readable and expressive, making it easier to understand the UI structure at a glance. JSX helps us to catch the common errors during the development, such as misspelled tags or incorrect attribute names. So with this, we have come to an end of this video, and it is now the time that we discuss an interview question based on JSX. So the interview question that you can get is, explain what JSX is and how it is different from HTML. So first of all, you can say the definition of JSX, like JSX is a way of describing what the UI should look like in a React component using HTML-like syntax. It allows us to represent the component UI structure in a declarative manner, making it easier to visualize and understand the code. Next thing, how it is different from HTML. While JSX resembles HTML in appearance, it is not actual HTML. JSX is transformed into JavaScript function calls and React elements before being rendered to the browser. Unlike HTML, JSX elements follow the conventions of React, such as using camel case for attributes name and embedding JavaScript expressions within the curly brackets. So I hope now you have an understanding of the entire concept of JSX, and you have also understood this interview question, which is very helpful because many a times this question is being asked in interviews. So congratulations, you have learned the essential of JSX in React.js. It is a powerful tool that simplifies component-based UI development and enhances the code readability. In the next videos, we'll explore more React.js concepts. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more web development tutorials. Happy coding and see you next time.